I would expect you to stand at least 3 or 4 of those yourselves. If it was getting into a regular thing where it was probably going on for more than a month, then I think probably, it would need to become a little bit of support, I would have thought.
Oh, 3 or 4 days, because if you come in and visit somebody, I've had occasion to go in and visit somebody, well, if you stay there for 3 hours, that's quite expensive.
Well, I've already filled in the survey and I put 4 nights.
They could do it where, if you know you're going to be here all day, do like a set, say, right, you just pay that and that's what will be here for, all day. And then obviously if you're going to be here every day, then do some sort of concession. They should really.
They should have a discount straight away.
I think they should have a voucher system, which is free, as you say, after a week or fortnight. Because if you're in for a fortnight, it's reasonably serious.
You shouldn't be allowed to even pay at all. It's a hospital, why should you pay to park?
Couple of nights at least. I personally think couple of nights.
Well, it would depend upon the condition, of course, wouldn't it? I suppose a week.
I think it depends if you were in. It's a bit of a difficult one, I suppose. If you had a member of the family that was in here for anything more than a week, and you're coming in every single day, you probably expect some sort of a discount. I had my dad that was in a hospital for 6 weeks, and with the family coming in every day, bringing him food and coming to visit him and stuff like that, just the car parking alone works out quite expensive.
Night free and daytime pay. It should be, if they're looking after all 3 weeks, it should be free all the time, not just the night time, if they're a seriously ill patient they're staying with.
I think that would be a very good idea, because I have experienced this in the past when I've, been an oncology patient here, and the car parking did cost a fortune even 16 years ago.
I'm not absolutely sure. It may not be the length of time, it may be the seriousness of the illness. I know, for example, on the intensive therapy unit, when there are 2 nurses to each patient and the families are allowed to come outside normal visiting hours, I don't know, that there's some sort of way that they give them tokens or whatever, and I think that's fair.
My husband was in here a few years ago for just under a week, and so I would come down every day to visit him, and I would stay between sort of like 2 o'clock onwards till about 6, and that did make it very expensive. So I think that if you're visiting someone, I don't think people who come for appointments should pay, and I think people who visit there should be some sort of accommodation made, reduced fee or something.
I think 2 nights. Yeah, because some people are just in for 1 night, which is fine, but there's others that are in. Yeah, I think if it's more than 2 nights, then it should be waived.
We've had 2 instances. One of our neighbours was terminally ill in here, and we were bringing his wife in daily, but he had a disability parking ticket, so we could use the concessionary parking facilities. And a friend of mine has currently got terminal cancer, and I was bringing his wife in every day when he was here. Again, he had a blue badge, so we were using the discretionary parking. But on the occasions when I came in on my own, rather than park in the car park, I was parking outside of town and walking in.
I don't see why they can't have a pass and just prove they're in here, and then so long as they don't abuse it, they should get it free if you're visiting.
Right, if they're seriously ill with cancer and they have to visit all the time, 4 times a day it should be free. If they're not that ill, if it's appendicitis or don't think 1 hour. They're suggesting 1 hour free and then pay after an hour. If they're very ill, it should be free whatever happens. But if it's not so major, it should be 1 hour.